Hello dear students, today we are going to start class 9th Social Science Economics Chapter 1 The Story of Village Palampur Part 3. Students, in this part we will cover the topics: will the land sustain, how is land distributed between the farmers of Palampur, who will provide the labor. In this part we will get the answers of all these questions. Students, in previous part we discussed about the Green Revolution. The Green Revolution in the late 1960s introduced the Indian farmers to cultivation of wheat and rice using high-yielding varieties of seeds compared to the traditional seeds. And because of that, Indian farmers increased the crop production in the country. India became the self-sufficient country in the food grains. Farmers of Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh were the first to try out the modern farming methods in India. The farmers in these regions set up tube wells for irrigation and made use of HYV seeds, chemical fertilizers and pesticides in farming. By using all these factors, they increased the production in their area. They saved time. Within the less time, now farmers are able to grow more. They are able to fulfill the demand of the family as well as the demand of the country. So we have seen that Green Revolution is very much beneficial for the country. It increased the production. It has introduced new techniques to the farmers. It saved the time of the farmers. It has given HYV seeds at the place of traditional seeds to the farmers, and that can increase the production. We have also seen that by using multiple cropping and modern farming, one can grow more from the same piece of land. But on the other hand, we have seen that land being a natural resource, it is necessary to be careful in its use. Scientific reports indicate that the modern farming methods have overused the natural resource base. In many areas, Green Revolution is associated with the loss of soil fertility due to increased use of chemical fertilizers. Students, as Green Revolution is very much beneficial for the country as it is increasing the crop production inside the country. But on the other hand, farmers are using HYV seeds at the place of traditional seeds to grow more, to increase their production. It needs plenty of water. To irrigate the fields, farmers are using more water. That decrease the water level. Groundwater level is decreased due to that. Many other natural resources are overutilized to get more production. Farmers are also using fertilizers, weedicides, pesticides to save the crops or to increase the production, but it is having harmful effects on the environment. As every coin is having two sides, so one side it is having merits, on the other side it is having demerits. Let us see different aspects of Green Revolution. Students, first of all, we'll discuss about the merits of the Green Revolution. Green Revolution introduces a number of modern farming methods in India. It has given also new techniques to the farmers. Higher yield due to the use of HYV seeds. Students, at the place of traditional seeds, now farmers are using HYV seeds, which is giving us increased production. More production we are getting by using the HYV seeds. Machines like harvesters, tractors and threshers have made plugging and harvesting faster and easier. Now with the introduction of different machines in farming, plugging and harvesting became easier for the farmers. Within the less time they can produce more. They are saving their energy and time also and getting more production. Higher yield enabled farmers to sell the surplus food in the market and earn more. As farmers are getting more production, so that production they can sell in the market and they can increase their income also. Pesticides and insecticides are able to protect the crops from pests and insects. The crops can be saved from the pests and insects by using pesticides, insecticides. A good irrigation system is able to enhance crop production. As plenty of water is needed for HYV seeds, with the help of irrigation techniques, PVC pipes and different facilities for irrigation, now farmers are able to irrigate their crops and they're getting more production. Now students, we have seen many benefits of Green Revolution as it has increased the production inside the country. But on the other side, there are some harmful effects of Green Revolution on the environment. So let us see what are those demerits of Green Revolution. Students, loss of soil fertility due to increased use of chemical fertilizers. As chemical fertilizers are used in modern farming methods to increase the production, but on the other side, reckless use of fertilizers can reduce the soil fertility. It is one of the harmful effects of the Green Revolution. Continuous use of groundwater for tube well irrigation has reduced the water table below the ground. Now, continuous use of water resource for more irrigation reduced the water table below the ground. It can cause water scarcity. It is due to more irrigation. In the regions like Punjab and Haryana, farmers are using HYV seeds to grow more. For the production of different crops, HYV seeds are used and more irrigation is needed. That's why plenty of water is used by the farmers to do the irrigation. So it can cause water scarcity. There is more pressure on the water resource. The chemical fertilizers easily soluble in water can dissolve in the groundwater and pollute it. It can cause water pollution also, as different chemicals are used in modern farming methods. It can be mingled with the water bodies and cause water pollution. They can kill bacteria and other microorganisms helpful for the soil. Different insects are there in the soil. Those are helpful for the production, like earthworm and other insects are there. Those are helpful for the farming. But because of the use of chemical fertilizers, weedicide, pesticides, these bacteria and microorganisms are killed. So it is also one of the drawback of green revolution. So there is need to use the resources with proper care. Environmental resources like soil fertility and groundwater are built up over many years. Once destroyed, it is very difficult to restore them. We must take care of the environment to ensure future development of agriculture. There is need to utilize the resources properly. There is need to do the sustainable development, and we should take care of the environment along with more production. Now students, we will see that how land is distributed between the farmers of Palampur. Farming is the main occupation of the people of Palampur village. Unfortunately, not all the people engaged in agriculture have sufficient land for cultivation. In Palampur, about 1/3 of the 450 families are landless. That is 150 families, most of them have no land for cultivation. 240 families out of the remaining families who own land cultivate on plots of land that are less than 2 hectares in size. Many farmers are there, those are not having their own land. Some farmers are having the land, but they're having less share of land with them. Less than 2 hectares in size. So the condition of poor farmers, it is not that much good. They're having less share of land. Sometimes to earn more, they have to work on others' land. And those they are not having their own land, they have to do work as farm workers on others' land, on the lands of the big farmers. So condition of poor farmers, it is not good in village Palampur. And the land distribution is also unequal. One graph is given class about the distribution of cultivated area and farmers. In this pie chart, you can see that 36% small farmers are there. 36% cultivated area is there, and it is cultivated by 80% of small farmers. And 20% medium and large farmers are there, and they are having 64% share of land in Palampur. So you can see that less farmers are having big share of land, and more farmers are having less share of land in village Palampur. Due to this, some of the farmers, those are not having land or less share of land, to fulfill the demand of their families, they have to work on others' land as farm workers. They are also getting less wages there. Sometimes laborers get meals also. Wages vary widely from region to region. It is not same everywhere, region to region, as per the demand of the laborers. There is variation in wages. Somewhere they are getting little bit more, somewhere they are getting less. Sometimes they are getting only meals, 2 times meals they are getting. There is also a wide variation in the duration of employment. A farm laborer might be employed on a daily basis, or for the particular farm activity like harvesting, or for the whole year. Many farm workers are not getting proper wages. Due to the lack of jobs, lack of employment, they are ready to do work on less wages. Many farmers are there. Some of the farmers, they are not getting proper wages to fulfill the demand of their families. Sometimes they do work or sometimes they migrate to cities. So this is the condition of land distribution between the farmers of Palampur. Who will provide labor? Students, small farmers along with their families cultivate their own fields, but medium and large farmers hire farm laborers to work on their fields. They provide labor for farming activities. Farm laborers come either from landless families or families cultivating small plots of land. As we have seen that small farmers are not having big share of land with them, to fulfill the demand of their families, to fulfill their basic requirements, they have to do work on others' land as farm workers. During the time of harvesting, sowing season, they are getting work there, but their wages are very less. They are providing work in farm activities. In their own fields, they are working with their families, but it is not increasing the income of their family. For that, they have to do work on others' land to get the income, that is to get the wages from there, but the wages are very less. So this is the condition of the small farmers in village Palampur. Thank you.